So I just had a birthday like 2 weeks ago, and I just turned 20 years old. Hi, my name is Naya, and I'm gonna be like just making normal solo commentary videos on this channel. Okay, so if you guys know who Tommy Innit is, he started a new channel, like a brand new channel, and just started like talking about like things that he wanted to talk about, and like while he's playing like Bed Wars in the background. And like I kind of miss those videos, so like I want to do them myself. Also because like I have a lot to say, but I never have anywhere to say it, so I'm gonna talk my butt off in this video. Anyway, so yeah, I just turned 20 years old. This is like so surreal for me. I always thought when I was like in middle school and stuff that when I turn 20 years old, I'm gonna look like a supermodel. I thought that I was gonna get married at 18 and like have kids by 20. I had this whole like concept in my head because I thought that being 20 was like such a huge age for whatever reason when I was a child. But let me tell you, it is not rainbows and sunshine. I literally still mentally feel like a teenager. This is why, my friend, that I think alcohol consumption should be legalized at 25 and a lot of other different things. I think the consent age should be in your 20s as well, because especially in this day of age, because people my age say the exact same thing, like that this generation didn't really prepare them for life or anything like that, which is like totally true. I'm not prepared at all. Like if something happened to my mother tomorrow, which God forbid, I wouldn't be prepared, like mentally and physically. Granted, there's some people that are financially prepared, but I definitely am not. I'm trying to get to that level and trying to find out what I want to do with my life, but Jesus, this is the most stressful thing that I've ever done. So first of all, let me talk about financial situation. I always thought that I was going to go to college when I was a kid, but I never knew what for. You know how like people ask you, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? I never knew what to say because there's nothing that interests me at all. Absolutely nothing interests me besides like video games, obviously, but like, do I really want to do YouTube for the rest of my life? Like, yeah, that sounds like a cool thing to do in your 20s, but like doing it as like an old woman, like that's not something that I ideally want to do, you know? There's nothing that literally interests me like at all. I have a few ideas of like things that I want to go to school for, which I'm currently in the process of applying for school at the moment at 20 years old, which really sucks because all my friends are already like halfway through their college years and I haven't even started. But even if I did pick a career, the paying is like debatable. Most colleges, like I was just talking to somebody about this, like most things you go to college for don't really pay for like, don't really give you like a good paying career type of thing. Like some YouTubers are getting paid more than doctors, you know? Like, so it's like really hard in the world, you know? And the economy is going up. Everyone knows this. Like everyone knows the economy is going up, housing is going up. It's really hard, especially in California where I live. A 1-bedroom apartment on average is like $2,000 in California, which is ridiculous. Okay, so let's say like that's the average, right? They want you to have 3 times that income a month. They want you to make 3 times whatever the rent is usually. So let's say I am making like $2,000 a month, which is, I need way more than that to survive. Obviously, I need like utilities and food and whatnot. But let's just say that I make the bare minimum, just my rent, $2,000. I have to make 3 times that. That's $6,000 a month. The minimum wage for California is $15 an hour. If I'm working full time on $15 an hour, that's only $2,600, which is like not even enough to, that's barely enough to pay rent. Imagine like utilities, food, gas, your car insurance, like everything, car note, everything. That's not nearly enough to survive. Even if it is, you still want a bit of wiggle room. You can't save money. Living is really hard, and people want to crap on you for still living with your parents at 20 years old in 2023. If you're one of those types of people, fuck you. But that's besides the point. But that's one of my issues, being 20 years old and not really knowing what I'm gonna do for my life. I didn't even expect to see 20. Like, people usually say stuff like this and it's really corny, like, oh, I wasn't seeing 20 years old coming, but like I genuinely didn't freaking see it coming. Like, I was just 18 like yesterday, I swear to God. Even when I turned 18, I thought I was so old, like, because I was like in the prime years on YouTube at 18 years old, 17, 18. I had friends that were like in their younger teens, so I felt like the mom of the group. In this economy, you have to have like multiple streams of income to be able to like even survive, which is so hard to do because again, nothing interests me. But even then, if I force myself to have a good paying job and having multiple streams of income, that doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna be happy. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna sit in my house working all day, being by myself, like alone. Like, that's terrifying. That's terrifyingly depressing. Another common thing that people know is like, this is the day and age, like this generation is the most depressed that and like any generation has ever been, minus the Great Depression. I guess this is counts as like another Great Depression, but like in another way. Everyone is literally in the same boat as me, whether people want to admit it or not. You go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, whatever, you see like a bunch of sad edits. Like, kids are really depressed. Oh my God, I hate hate saying that too, because mental illness used to be so rare when I was a child. It sucks, and the government's not really doing anything about it besides banning TikTok, which what the heck is that supposed to do? What's that supposed to do? Take away like a lot of people's actual careers that they build on TikTok? That's all that taking away TikTok's gonna do. Yeah, I'm at the lowest point of my life. Talking about like my mental health struggles on the internet is like something that I vow not to do, but it's like taking over my life so much that like I feel like I have to vent about it. At my grown age, I don't be taking care of myself, and I hate myself for it so much, physically and mentally. I'm not healthy. My eating habits are like so out of proportion that I don't even know how the heck I'm alive. Again, like I thought in my 20s I was gonna look like a supermodel. I don't know why I thought that as a kid. I thought so many things. I thought I was gonna have a house and all kinds of things. I thought 20 was so grown. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be so grown. People are gonna respect me. I'm relying on my mom. Like my pride won't let me do completely. Like I'll let her like put a roof over my head, but I don't want her to ever have to take care of like a grown child. Like that's just, I don't know. And it's funny because literally we had this conversation today where like she like barely mentioned it a little bit, but it kind of got to me. We were at the doctor's office and I forgot my purse. And I didn't have my insurance card or my ID on me, and that's the only two things that they like needed from me. My mom did like everything. I was sitting there doing like my paperwork and stuff, and I kept asking her questions about stuff because I didn't know what to put down for my own like medical issues, like my own medical history and stuff like that, because I didn't know. Only my mom knows these things. I don't know. I don't ever make my own doctor's appointment or anything like that. And then my mom was just telling me how irresponsible I am as a, like an adult. I'm supposed to do these things. I wholeheartedly agree with her, and I'm just like sat there like, why don't I know these kinds of things, you know, about myself? And like, why wasn't I physically prepared? Like literally all I took to the doctor's office was just my phone. I didn't take my purse, which had like all the stuff that I needed in it. Like if the car broke down or something, we would just be sitting in the middle of the road because I didn't have my insurance card or like my driver's license. Like, I don't know why it didn't cross my mind to bring any of that stuff just in case. It's just little things like that. Like, why can't I just function like an adult? And it sucks. It really, really sucks. Being 20 years old, not really having a general direction of where you want to go in life, it messes with you. But anyways, that was pretty much everything I wanted to say. Okay, now let's talk about my birthday. I always dread my birthday. I dread it. I hate the moments leading up to it. I hate the actual day. It's like the most depressing day of the year for me. Every single year too, without failure. Because growing up, if you didn't know, I grew up really religious. My family were Jehovah's Witnesses, so we never celebrated any birthdays. And it really never, like, bothered me as a kid. I'm so surprised how little it bothered me as a kid, because it was, like, a normal thing for me. I didn't used to hang out with people anyway, so I was never at birthday parties or anything like that. So I didn't realize that I missed out until I became older. And I'd say about 16, 17 is really when I started, like, thinking about it. I'm like, man, I really never experienced much thing. Not even, like, just birthdays, like, any sort of thing I really missed out on, not only because of my religion, yeah, but also because of my antisocialness, which I think both went hand in hand with each other in some sort of way. But I never had a birthday party, which that never bothered me. It still kind of doesn't, but like I still kind of feel like I missed out, and I'm so used to like not having people around that it never bothered me as well. But it's starting to, and it's not even just like a birthday thing, but now I'm starting to realize that every single year on my birthday it gets lonelier and lonelier. When you're older, people just forget about you. They forget about your birthday. As much like childish as it sounds, like it sucks. The only person I really wanted to be around was my mom and my dad. I commend my dad though. Struggled so much coming out here. Like he lives in another state and he tried his best. That's all that matters, is that he tried his best. But I still wanted to see him at the end of the day. That was pretty much the highlight of my birthday. And I'm very grateful for that. I just wish I had more people that cared as much, you know, to go out their way and do stuff like that. Again, people don't really care about birthdays when they're in their 20s, I guess. As you get older, you don't really like have cupcakes and like party hats and stuff and go to Chuck E. Cheese and have birthdays. It's like a kid type of thing to do, I guess. Just celebrating birthdays in general. Except for next year though. Next year I'm finna turn up. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if I'm at the bar by myself. I'm finna get me a drink. I am so surprised in myself that I've ranted for this long. If you're still listening, thank you. I'm gonna be doing more of these ranting videos because they're kind of actually fun. Like I'm just chilling, just like talking to viewers. You know, it's cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna do more of these like Tommy Innes style videos. I really enjoy them. But thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Okay, bye.